Well, hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Journey to Christmasland. I am your Christmasland tour guide, Kira Davis, and I am joined by my lovely co host and resident Christmasland expert, Amelia Hamilton. Amelia, how are you doing today? We are getting into the swing of the holidays.
I am regretting everything today, actually. Thank you for asking.
This was this was rough. By the time people get this episode, we'll have been into the holiday season. But as we're recording, this is really the beginning of it. You know, we've wrapped up Halloween, and of course, no, we just skip right over Thanksgiving. And so this movie that we are talking about today, Amelia, felt sort of like the launch of holiday season for me because we did
Okay.
some stuff that sort of was a marker for us over the past weekend, and it was like, okay, now we can move into holiday time. And so, boy, did this movie set the tone for my Christmas season.
Sorry.
This one was this one was quite interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
before we get started, Amelia, I did want to encourage everybody to go ahead and subscribe, hit that like button, leave a comment, and leave us a review if you're listening on one of the other platforms like iTunes or Spotify. If you just hit that 5 stars and leave a simple review, even if the review is nothing more than Kira and Amelia are super cute, we will
Mhm,
take that too. You don't have to say
mhm.
anything about the show. But do be nice because this is a Christmas land
Yeah.
show. And so
Mhm,
there's
mhm.
no meanness in
Yep,
Christmas
no
land.
meanness. If you
There's no
wouldn't say it on
negativity.
Scoop Chatter, don't say it here.
Yeah, that's right. That's the rule. Them's the
Mhm.
rules. And we all also always respect the Palaha as
Right, right, and respect the
obviously.
Palaha, those are the rules here.
It's a standing rule. But
Mhm.
so please do all of that and subscribe to our Substack because we'll have bonus stuff going on over there and giveaways going on over there as well. That's Journey to Christmasland. You can see all the information right here on the screen. And of course, as always, we want to thank all of the people who worked on this film and who spent their time and effort and finances to bring
Absolutely.
us this Christmas movie. Despite what you're
Mm.
about to hear, we did enjoy it because we enjoy every movie
We
that
do,
we
we
watch.
do.
But boy, this one's going to be interesting. Before we get started, though, Amelia, I want to ask you a question.
'Kay.
What's the strangest place you've ever been to a Christmas party? Can you think of an
Ooh.
odd location for a Christmas party, or maybe not odd, but interesting? Maybe. We did while you're thinking, I'll just, we went on a boat cruise for my husband's Christmas party. It was, like a dinner harbor cruise. As you know,
Okay,
we live
that's
here in
fun.
California. You can do that. It's sure, it sounds fun, but what
Okay.
happens is you leave the dock at about 5 p.m. and then you are trapped on a boat with
Right.
all of your
You can't
coworkers
leave.
and clients and their spouses, right, for 6 to 7 hours, and there's no escape unless you wanna jump into the cold ocean and swim for it,
Yeah.
which I've considered.
I'm sure you did. Um, I don't know, I can't think of anything that interesting, or that, crazy. I mean, I've been to some fun Christmas parties. I can't think of anything that wild. I mean, I've been to somewhere, maybe people were drinking a little too much, kissing somebody that maybe was a little scandalous the next day, but,
Mm. Kissing before the end of the movie?
kissing before the end of the movie,
Drinking eggnog?
drinking a little too much eggnog,
Okay. Amelia
um,
getting wild.
but I can't really think of a location necessarily. That's a good
Our friend
question.
our mutual friend Stacia, her company keeps trying to do 3-day boat cruises for their Christmas party.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Mm-mm. That's a no from me. Nobody needs 3 days. No.
No, and you know Stacia, she's absolutely
Yeah.
like 1,000% no.
No. Our girl loves to travel, but that's not really travel. That's just kidnapping.
Yes, it is. Well, we've got this movie today sets us up for some interesting Christmas locales, to say
It
the
does.
least. I don't even know how to
Some
get just
situations,
set this up
some
for us, Amelia.
regrets.
I want everyone to know that Amelia picks the
I
movies.
did. So let me just walk you through all of some of my initial regrets. We did Hot Frosty. And it was surprisingly cute and sweet. It got a little spicy, especially in that one part. I felt uncomfortable. But our trip to Netflix Holidayland was not so bad. So I thought, let's just spend the night. Let's just stay here. Well, when the sun goes down in Christmasland, or in Holidayland, excuse me, things get crazy. Kira and I thought we'd stop by this little local hotspot called the Rhythm Room. We heard there was a show, The Merry Gentlemen.
Sounds Christmassy,
Well, I regretted
and
that
the rhythm
too.
room yeah, and the rhythm room sounds holiday, the rhythm of
It does.
Christmas and
It
yeah.
does. So, and then among my other regrets, I decided, and I cannot think of the last time I did this. I watched this one with my mom.
You did?
I did. I did. I just happened to be at my mom's house the other day. We were just, and she was like, "Do you feel like watching a movie or something?" And I was like, "Well, we've got this kind of weird one coming up." But I was thinking in my head, it's probably going to be like Hot Frosty. It's going to end up being kind of sweet. And the whole time she was just looking at me like,
Oh, no. Oh, no. I know, Amelia, like, where did I go wrong? These are the types of
yeah.
Christmas movies my daughter is
So I had
picking.
regrets. She has regrets.
My husband and I watched this together. We both
Yeah.
had deep regrets watching it, and he told me to tell you that he was very angry with you that you made him watch this movie for a
Yeah.
lot of reasons.
Well, he didn't have to. He doesn't work here.
Right. Somehow he's made himself an employee. Here's
Okay.
the secret about, and we get a lot of communications from wives about this thing, about
Yeah.
Christmasland and the Christmasland movies. Here's the thing about husbands of wives who watch Christmasland movies. They all protest too much. They
Yes, they
all
all
doth
love it.
protest too much, yes. They all complain about it, but they all sit down to watch the movies.
Yeah.
And they enjoy them. My husband
Yeah.
asks me when the next movie is, so
Right.
he was complaining, but, you
So
know,
my
enjoying.
yeah. So my regrets started almost immediately. The movie opens with this show. It's the Jingle Bells with an E, like the bells, like bell of the ball.
Mhm.
And they're supposed to be kind of like the Rockettes. And I would say the main difference is that they can't dance.
And the main star is 5 inches shorter than everyone else in the chorus line. I did notice that as
Yes.
well. Because
Yes.
the Rockettes, you
So
have to be tall, you have to like, your legs have to even be a certain length in to be a Rockette.
right, right.
Yeah.
And you have to be a dancer in the Rockettes, whereas it doesn't appear to be necessary in the Jingle Bells because I mean, they could dance better than me.
I think that in Holidayland, the standards are a little different.
Yeah. So, um, so her name's Ashley. After the show, she goes backstage with her friend and they meet this new girl who I can't remember her name, but she makes these comments about like, "Oh my gosh, I used to watch you dance when I was a little girl. It's so great that you've been dancing for all these years." And I was like, "Oh, she is just mean."
She was like, "Oh," she said, "I just think it's so great that you guys are still going after all of these years." And you know
Yeah.
what it reminded me of, Amelia? Um, gross old dad in Three Wiser Men and a Boy. Gross old
Mm.
42-year-old dad. It's like,
Yeah,
it
ew.
yeah, we've got a real age problem in
Yeah.
the Christmasland universe. And, by the way, I think this girl was probably 35, maybe,
Oh,
if that.
maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
So so she gets called into the head, you know, of the company, the
The
dance
producer's
company's
office.
office,
Yeah.
and gets fired on the spot in the middle of the season. Like, they're not even gonna wait until the Christmas spectacular is over. They're firing her now for this new young girl. They're
She's
done.
gross. She's
She's
old.
gross, she's old. Someday she's gonna be 42.
Right. And they can't risk her turning 42 on stage in the
No,
middle of
well,
a
ugh.
performance. Don't even
So,
get
yeah.
close.
So
Just
she's
let
done.
her go. Just let her go early. Yeah.
Yeah. So they send her home, and she decides to watch Netflix's first Holidayland movie, A Christmas Prince, to feel
Yes.
better about herself.
Yeah.
And her mom calls and says, "Listen, your dad and I have booked tickets to come see the Christmas show for Jingle Bells." And she's
Oh
like,
no.
"Ooh, about that.
Yeah, about that, mom and dad. It turns out I'm old.
I am old and busted.
Yes.
Instead, I'm just gonna come home for Christmas."
Yeah.
So she comes home to her little town, and she takes all of her luggage out of the taxi. She's at the Rhythm Room, which is like this little hole in the wall kind of bar. And Chad Michael Murray is standing there on a ladder, and she trips on the garland that he's hanging and falls and just lands on the ground because there's gravity in Holidayland. You just fall and nobody catches you.
Nobody caught it. She didn't get. I was like, oh, great! A ladder. There's a ladder. Somebody's gonna
Nope.
fall into someone's arms. She just fell and
Yeah.
awkwardly tangled up in it for absolutely no
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah. She just busted herself on the sidewalk. Um, this part confused me deeply. She goes into the Rhythm Room. A ton of stuff is broken. The pipes are broken. There are holes in the walls, all this stuff. And her parents are like, unfortunately, we can't afford to fix anything because Denise, the landlord, keeps raising the rent. Isn't that what the rent is for? The landlord has to fix it.
Right. This I have thoughts as we move along. I will share them, but you're right. This is the beginning of where I thought to myself, and I actually like went to look to see who wrote the movie because I thought to myself, how does some of this stuff make it into this film? Like a
Right.
lot of it felt like it was written by a Gen Z person who had never been out on their own before or didn't
Oh,
understand
yeah.
how certain things worked in the real world. Not that this is a real world, it's Christmasland. But that at go on. I'll get to it when we get there.
I was deeply confused. Well, but
Yeah.
not one person there went, "Hey, that's what rent does." It just was strange to me. So,
Right.
so they're like, "It's cool. We have this guy." And also we're having trouble booking acts because, like, you can just be on TikTok now instead of like performing live. And you and I know enough musicians and artists. You want to perform live. Like, of course, it's great to go viral on TikTok and make money, but everybody's still hustling to book a club
Yeah,
or a venue.
and I don't know what the TikTok revenue is like in Holidayland. You know
Right.
what I mean? I mean, we're talking about
Mm.
this is a Christmas universe, and we're talking about a place that uses flyers for advertisement. I
Mhm.
really even that felt
Yeah.
inauthentic,
Yeah.
maybe if that's a word I
It
can
was weird.
use.
So they can't afford to fix anything, but Luke, Chad Michael Murray's character, comes and helps fix things. Do they pay him?
They don't
Is he
say.
a good Samaritan?
He just
Yeah.
is a
They,
nice guy.
yeah, there's no mention of paying him. I don't know.
Yeah.
So she's like, Ashley says hi to her parents and then says, I'm gonna go see Marie, who is her sister. She owns this cafe. Um,
I wanna
we're-
say something right here.
yeah,
First of all, sorry to interrupt you. I wanna say that if Chad Michael Murray wanted to come and do free handiwork around my house, I wouldn't
same,
say no.
same.
Wouldn't
Um,
say no.
yeah.
Second of all, oh, I forgot what the second thing is because 'cause I'm
Kira, come
51. I'm
on.
so gross and
Are you
old. I can't
42 years old or something? Ugh.
worse, even
Ew.
worse.
It's
I'm sorry, but
disgusting.
please don't click away, everybody. Like, subscribe, help me sustain myself in my old age.
She goes to her sister's cafe, and her sister is married to Roger with a D, Roger, which I don't know. I
I had a lot of questions about
Mhm.
Roger. I didn't understand Roger, the
I didn't understand
husband.
Marie either.
Marie wrote this movie. That's the author, which
Okay, well, I got some questions about you.
me
What's her
too.
I can't think of her name. I like her. Is that Marla was that Marla
Mara
something?
Sokolov, I like her.
Yeah,
Marla
I like her
Sokolov.
too.
She's
Um,
I l- loved her from the days of Boston Legal, and she's just been one of those actresses
yeah,
that pops up ever since.
but I
She's
had some
very
questions.
talented. I don't know what happened to the script.
Yeah.
I don't know. It
So
was very odd.
right. So they own this like greasy spoon kind of diner. Great. That's kind of a staple of Christmasland. I was feeling it.
Yes.
But she goes into the diner, Ashley does. She sees Marie, she says hi to Roger, and Roger says something about I work here to lend a little star power. And she goes, "What's the statute of limitations on high school athletics?" Um, unnecessary?
Yeah.
Why? Why are you
Yeah.
being mean?
Again, it was just like I almost felt like there was a lot missing in this movie. You had said this when we did it. I think you had said this maybe when we did Christmas
I
on
think
Windmill
about
Way,
that.
another Chad Michael Murray movie.
Yeah.
But you said you felt like oh, there were probably pieces that they took out, and that's why it doesn't make sense. I felt that with this as well. Do we need to know anything about Roger besides the fact that he helps his wife out in the cafe? Instead, we have to have this weird little tidbit, this weird little neg about
Yeah.
him being a former high school athlete. And
Yeah.
also, again, Roger just pops up. Um, but I wasn't sure again why he was there. Roger with a
Yeah.
D. And he
Well,
didn't he's the main character's brother-in-law, and he barely said a thing the entire movie.
yeah. And we also know that Marie loves to bake. She's always coming up with different cookies and different flavors and different things, but that never goes anywhere either. I thought that was
Right.
gonna be a thing,
Yes.
but it's not. I thought it was gonna end up being relevant to the story, but it's not. She just likes to bake.
You know what, Amelia? This movie, the setup was great. I thought like moving into it was all the traditional setup. You had the opening Christmas bells, Christmas music. You had the nice
Yeah.
exteriors. It's Christmas time. It's a Christmassy show. There's a diner, with Christmassy stuff, and the lead in into this felt like okay, we're going somewhere
Right.
traditional, but then each little step along the way, you're like, again, they're setting you up for all this, and there's zero payoff.
0. It was so strange. Luke comes into the diner and Marie asks if he can give Ashley a ride home because they're going the same direction. She's like, we still need to close down the diner, which is full of people. I don't know why they're closing it down. It is full. Like it is the middle of the day. This place is packed. And Roger has just made her a takeout order and she picks it up and it's like the empty coffee cup. She's like, here's my food. Let's go.
Just put a rock in it, set designers, put a rock
Guys,
in it,
you're killing me with this.
yes, put a glove, put a book in there, anything to give it some weight.
Yeah. So I wrote down the takeout bag is empty, but the restaurant is full. Like I don't understand what's happening here. Luke gives her a ride home, and now it's dark. I don't know how far away they live from the restaurant.
Mark said that too. My husband said that too. He was like, man, that must have been a really long drive home.
She walks in the house. Ashley walks in the house. She looks she's staying with her sister, which I wasn't understanding. I thought she was going to stay with her parents, and I
Uh-huh.
really had some questions about why she brought her luggage to her sister's diner, but I guess that's why. So she walks into her sister's house, and her sister has like a shrine set up to her with
I
newspaper
said
clippings
the
and photos.
same
Let me
thing.
tell you, I have 2 brothers. I love them very much. I've got none of their high school clippings or recent anything. I don't. I just don't.
I have children and I do not have
I do have
anything
pictures of Myrtle,
close
my
to a
dog.
you'd be lucky to find like anything that could qualify as a shrine. I was shocked. She walked in and it's a literal shrine and there's candles burning in front of like
What is this? This is not healthy.
I know.
Myrtle's upset.
I know, right, Myrtle, because she's like, who puts a shrine up to their baby sister? She's like, oh, I just always so proud of my baby sister. By the way, almost 1,000% sure that's the Modern Family house
Oh,
that they were in.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. So I wonder if my brothers have a shrine to me if it's a little sister thing.
You need to
Probably.
ask.
Probably. They probably do.
Well, you need to ask, and if they don't, then you need
Yeah.
to send them some items. A lock of your hair too, I think,
Yeah. Yeah. Some candles.
obviously.
Yeah. Okay. I wonder what scent do you think the candles were that she had burning in front of her sister's shrine?
It's probably like a Christmas cookie scent
Yeah.
because she likes to bake cookies, and it sounds like that's,
Ooh.
um, uh, a sisterly bonding thing that they
Okay.
do that they
Okay.
like. So I imagine it's a sort of a baked sugar cookie smell.
Okay. Marie gets home about 1 1/4 second after Ashley. So I don't know how fast they kicked everybody out of the diner and closed it down, and why Ashley didn't just hang out with her sister during this time and eat her dinner. But
Well,
she didn't.
maybe it's Sycamore Falls, I
Sycamore
guess it's
Falls,
called.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, and so maybe in that small town in some random area of the United States, closing the diner just means like putting the cash register away. But then everybody else is sort of responsible for getting their meals done. Put your plates in the kitchen and
Yeah,
take
true.
off. Maybe that's how
That's
that
true.
works.
Last one here, start the dishwasher.
Yeah,
Could
makes
be.
sense.
she starts talking to Marie about how now that she's not a jingle bell anymore, she has more time. Maybe it's time to start thinking about dating. But she doesn't want to date a guy like Roger because, ew, all he
Like,
thinks about is high
uh,
school athletics. Not that he's
not
mentioned it ever.
she doesn't wanna date a guy like Roger? Oh, the
Yeah.
sister's telling the story? Oh, yeah,
No,
that's right.
no, yeah. Ashley says to Marie, she's like, but not like Roger, like that guy you dated
Not like
before
your husband.
Roger, because
Right.
he was a surgeon. And Maria's like, he wasn't a surgeon. He was a stripper who came in doctor clothes and then took them off.
That's yes. Um, yes. Have you ever dated a stripper?
Not to my knowledge.
I dated a stripper once.
Was it Mark?
No.
He shows up like a banker and starts talking to you about ATMs while he takes his clothes off.
Making it rain, making it rain. No, when I was young and dumb and in college on a summer break once, I dated a guy
Okay.
who was a stripper.
No, but I did live in Scotland and I feel like um there's not a lot going on under a kilt, so there's accidental stripping if that
Mhm.
counts. But
Sure.
I don't think it does
I
count.
don't feel like it does count,
Okay.
particularly if we compare it to what we see in this film.
True. So, the next day Ashley heads on over to the rhythm room. And just sitting there right inside the front door where anyone can see them are a pile of envelopes. And they all say, like, final notice, past due, you suck for not paying your bills, and bright red. Because
You're
that's where you would leave
poor.
those. You're
Yeah.
poor. Ew. Right there. Because that's where you would leave those.
I don't know if I've ever received a letter with a big past due stamped on the front, but you gotta do what you gotta do. You have to set the
Yeah. It's
send
like
the message.
it's mail exposition.
Yes, fair enough.
So speaking of mails, Luke is just standing there without a shirt on, working on the faucet from yesterday. Because he's like, "Well, my shirt got wet working on the faucet," and then he just puts it back on and it's bone dry. So,
Yeah, I that part was and shout out to Chad Michael Murray.
he
Well
looks
done.
good, and I
Yeah.
think he's probably 42. Looks good
Yikes.
for a grandpa.
I know for a gross old grandpa. So old in Christmasland. Well, he definitely I mean, again, shout out to CMM. But
Mhm.
again, I did point out to my husband that my plumber never works shirtless in my home. I've never
I
seen my
don't think
plumber
your plumber
shirtless.
looks like that.
I don't
I'm
know. He
guessing I'm
doesn't.
guessing. Mine
He
doesn't.
doesn't. He's a nice guy. He's a nice guy. He's like, I guess he's fairly attractive, but he doesn't look like that.
Denise, the landlady, comes in, and she has the best news. Um, a juice bar wants to move in. They're gonna just kick the rhythm room out and take over the lease starting January 1. Don't even worry about it. Ashley does not think this is good news because what that actually means is they're getting evicted for a juice bar. And she wants to know what they have to do to keep the lease. And her parents actually own $30,000. And a lot of that is for repairs, which again, Denise, you were supposed to be paying for those. That's your job.
$30,000 plus repairs.
I think
And
that's
Denise is
including
so
repairs. I don't know.
yeah, and again, this is the part where again, setup, right? This is the part where I was like, okay, what they need is to own this building. It's the building that they've been in for 30,
Right.
40 years or whatever. So maybe they need to come up, this is what we're getting, a scheme to buy the building from the
Denise. Yeah.
affable landlord. She's not
Yeah, she's really not that mean. She's
mean.
a
I
little.
think they tried to set her up as mean, but
Yeah, she's more, like, clueless, like, thinking that this was gonna be good news to get them out from under the debt,
she
and it
she
kind of
was
is.
very I think and I think this checks out because she is kinda upscale, the landlord. She probably lives in Christmasland. She is from Christmasland,
True,
right? And
true.
she owns in Holidayland. And so in Christmasland, there really isn't that much negativity. So I
Yeah,
suppose she's mean for a Christmasland landlord. But here I'm thinking, okay, the setup here is they owe rent. Probably what they need to do is figure out a way to just buy this building from
yeah,
Denise.
yeah. She does have a plan, though. It just kind of pops into her head and then right out of her mouth without thinking. She's like, "We are gonna raise the money by putting on a Christmas spectacular of dancing men, and Luke is gonna be in it." Luke is standing there like, "Pardon me? What?" And she's like, "Yes, it's called The Merry Gentlemen." So they grab Roger and Troy, who is the bartender. We get ourselves a training montage of them learning to dance. Poor Roger is actually in very nice shape for a man who is over 42, but they keep like shoving him way in the back. Like you get these egregious
Uh,
close-ups of Chad Michael Murray and of
yeah.
Troy, like here is his chest, and then they're like, and Roger, here is his abs, Roger.
It's like
Poor
Troy the
Roger, he's in
bartender.
perfectly nice shape.
Yes, yes, he was perfectly fine. Troy the bartender clearly is, this actor is clearly maybe a personal trainer or bodybuilder as well as a
Yes,
dancer. I mean, he was cut, is what I'm saying.
he
He's
was,
like
yeah.
definitely fit and he was talented. Yeah, and I did notice they just shoved poor old Roger in the back. Now here was where I started to feel like I'm missing a lot in this script and and the payoffs were starting to be noticeably absent.
Yeah.
So she sets up this, on the fly strip show for Christmas, and the
Mm.
big culmination is going to be on Christmas Eve,
Christmas Eve?
naturally.
It's just what everyone does is go see male strippers on Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve, leading up to the birth of baby Jesus. I could not get this out of my head. We are talking about the big finale on baby Jesus' birthday.
Yeah.
But okay. But my, they I didn't get anything, Amelia, of her trying to convince these men to join the review,
No, they're
her
immediate.
trying to convince her brother-in-law, who is ostensibly like a fine, upstanding citizen. He's a businessman
Yeah,
in the community. He's a business owner. Or
right,
Troy, the bartender. I didn't even get to see like a cute little even a little scene of him going, "Yeah, I've always wanted to be a dancer," or
right,
something.
right. Nothing.
We just immediately throw these guys into training for a strip show, and I'm supposed to be rooting for them, I guess, but I never had any point or single moment of internal conflict with them about
No,
becoming
they were just
strippers.
immediately on board. Like, yes, I will take my clothes off in front of the small town where everyone knows me.
Why wouldn't we even see, like, how does Roger's wife feel about that?
Yeah, we know nothing about. Yeah, it was. But what we do know is how they're going to get people in the door, and it's flyers.
And
He
you
is
know what?
handing
It
out
worked.
flyers.
It worked.
It did work. All right. So here we are at dance practice. Luke is a little awkward, and I could not. I could not. She tells him to use his body to connect with the audience, and they start dancing together. First, I had a grammar issue. She's like, this is a single hand hold. This is a two-hand hold. I'm sorry. No, it's a one and a two, or it's a single and a double. I do not accept single and two. I just don't.
Okay. Does anyone know if that is the proper dance term? You
I
can
don't care
write
if it's the
us.
proper dance term. It doesn't make any sense, and I don't accept it.
I feel
Yeah,
like you've missed an opportunity to do some research here to find out where this came
I
from.
I just couldn't. I couldn't handle it. And then
Well, yeah,
and then my
it's
mom
just piling up here.
and then my mom goes, "Why are they even dancing together?
Thank
They're
you.
never gonna dance together." She's right.
Exactly my thought.
He just
So here is
manufactured.
another seemingly manufactured
Yep,
moment. And, yeah, it seemed manufactured to bring these people together, but
right,
again, where does it go? What place does it have? He's not dancing with anyone in this thing. There's
right.
never an opportunity,
No, and there's no slow dancing, there's no single twos,
and they
nobody's
never
holding
go to a
hands.
it's not like they go to a party later and, like, dance
No,
at the party
it
and,
was
like.
just a reason for them to be close.
Right, she could have accomplished that by showing him how to work the chair or something, you know what I mean?
Right, they could yeah, she could have just been showing him a move and they were close.
Right.
But they have a
Again,
little.
just weird, awkward. I didn't know if
Yeah,
that was there because there was a different part of the movie that it made sense for and got cut out, or if it was
right.
there because they said to themselves, "We don't have enough moments of contact between
Yeah.
them." Either way,
Yeah,
it was
it
awkward.
was very strange, but they have this little moment where, they look in each other's eyes and it's all like, "Oh, they like each other." Troy and Roger are like 2 women back there, like 2 old biddies in church, like, "Look at those."
They're like they're
They
like
have. Yeah.
clapping.
Yeah. They were all about it.
Well, that's how everybody was from the beginning. Like, right from the beginning, as soon as she came in and the parents were like, "Oh, that's Luke. He fixes all of our stuff for free while he's half naked. Isn't he not? Isn't he attractive?" And then the
Mhm.
sister's like, "Ooh, don't you want to bring Luke his lunch? Isn't he so
Yeah.
attractive?" And then the guys are like, "Ooh, she's talking to Luke. Isn't he so attractive?" And it was like everyone in the movie was telling us that they're going to be together and should be together, but I never saw a reason for them to be together.
Right.
They didn't I didn't see them falling in love. I just saw certain moments where they're like, "Oh, I think I like you," but I didn't see the reason why we were rooting for them to get together or even expecting them to get together.
Right. But now it's premiere night. Opening night of The Merry Gentlemen. Can we discuss the $30 cover?
Okay. Do you think that's exorbitant?
It seemed like a lot to me, but I have not been to a lot of male stripper review
Mm,
shows. So I
uh-huh.
don't know. You guys tell me. Is that a
Uh,
normal amount?
let's look it up. Well, let's look at Magic Mike Las Vegas because that's like a bigger on a higher
Right.
end. So let's
Okay.
compare it.
Okay.
Let's compare it
And I feel like it
to
should be like a fifth of that. So Kira's Googling.
7 oh, so a ticket on a weekend night in November, $71.
Okay.
Maybe
Are
the
they,
30 maybe the $30 includes like a free eggnog or something, a ticket
maybe it
for
does.
free
Maybe it
eggnog,
does.
maybe.
But Luke is freaking out. He's very nervous about all the people that are going to be there. And she's like, just find a friendly face in the audience and connect with them. The last thing I want is to see a friend in the audience.
I'm taking my clothes off. Again, I don't know why Luke is nervous. I never even saw him, like,
He never
having
had
a
any issue
moment.
with this.
Right, I never saw him having a moment where he accepted this or when he said, I'm passionate about this because I wanna help my friends," or I wanna help, but I can't dance, and I feel like I'm not gonna be good at this. We never saw any of it. We just assume he's struggling because he's a carpenter. Again, he's given up carpentry. Is he still carpentering?
I don't
He's
know.
given up carpentry for stripping in Sycamore Falls. We have not seen him process any of this. I could have used a minute.
Um, all right. They go out there to dance. There are about 10 people in the audience. It is so awkward. I could hardly look at the screen. I'm watching it like, and it's one 30-second song.
Yeah. And
So it's about $1 a second to watch this show.
and it's just, they just take their shirts off.
They only take their, well, he pulls his pants sort of down so you can see that his little underpants say naughty elf. But then
Yes.
and then he immediately pulls his pants back up.
But the ladies love it. That being said, the ladies loved it.
They
The few
love
ladies in the audience loved it. And the guy my husband was like, "You can tell that Chad Michael Murray has absolutely no rhythm," because the same way they were shoving poor Roger in the back, they were cutting from Chad and Michael Murray, like, every beat. So
yeah.
you couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they were like super close-ups, like here are his pecs, here are his abs, here's his arms, but it wasn't like here he is dancing.
Yeah.
Troy could dance.
Troy obviously
Yeah.
could dance.
Um, and then after the show, Luke says to Ashley, "Thank you for taking a chance on a guy who didn't even want one." I didn't even want to do this. Thanks. What? What
Again,
does that mean?
I feel like maybe something got cut out. Maybe there was a conversation that got cut out earlier about him saying, "I'm not an adventurous person," or "I
Yeah.
don't like to step out and put myself out there in this field." Maybe a connective moment, but we didn't have that. And so that just, again, just like their relationship, actually, it felt like it came out of nowhere.
It made no sense. But he gives her this necklace. I think it was a wreath or something. He gives her a
Yeah,
necklace anyway.
it was a
Um,
wreath in
they go,
Holidayland. A Christmas
hey,
wreath
okay.
necklace for the strip show on baby Jesus' birthday.
That she forced him to do. They go get pizza and they're walking home and he asks her if she's married. What? I can see asking if she's seeing anyone back in
Right.
the city, whatever. If she's married, oh, Myrtle's upset about it too. Asking if she's married seemed extreme. How would that never have come up? She lives in a small town. He works for her parents. I can see it not coming up if she's seeing someone. But are you married? I found that extremely odd.
Another reason why I think that this movie was cut and they had continuity problems, so that's probably like a continuity editor problem, somebody who didn't notice. Maybe that sheet scene was for a different part of the movie,
Yeah.
and when they edited it up, they felt it needed to go there, but no one noticed that that was an odd question for that point
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
movie.
exactly. Like, it's not like they're just meeting. But we find out that he's divorced, which I think was the whole point, is that now we know he's
Oh, I
divorced.
didn't catch that. I did
Yeah.
not catch that he was married to this girl, I just thought it was a girlfriend.
No, they're divorced because there is divorce in Holidayland.
Okay. And it was a contentious divorce. There's a little bit
Mhm.
of divorce in Christmasland these days, a smidge, but it's always
Yeah.
very
But it's like it didn't work out, but we still deeply care about each other and put the
mhm.
kids first, you know?
Yes.
No. They do not like each other, these 2.
Yeah.
So, he starts asking her about, like, her life and what she's gonna do now, and she says she doesn't know what she wants and doesn't even know who to ask. So he does the right thing and brings her to Santa. But she doesn't ask for anything, they just get a picture with Santa.
Right. Again, this whole movie, Amelia, is setups with no payoffs. It's
Yeah,
like somebody watched our podcast and took note of the different tropes and the formula that we lay
yeah,
out for Christmasland every week, and then, like, just made an outline on the board on their
yeah,
storyboard and forgot to fill in the points. It just
right.
nothing came to fruition. Okay, already I'm like, "Okay, it's Holidayland." She's saying, "I don't know who to ask," and in my mind, it's like, "Well, you ask God. You ask the
Right.
baby Jesus that you're
Right,
gonna
like,
go strip for."
in real life, yes, you pray about it.
Right.
In Holidayland, I was like, "He's gonna take her to Santa."
And he took her
You
to
know,
Santa, and then she didn't even ask
they
nothing.
didn't ask, they were like, "Let's get a picture together." What?
And it never came back. Even then I was like, "Okay, maybe
No,
at the end of the movie, they'll be like, what did you wish for with
no,
Santa?"
nope, nope.
Came and went.
So the day after the first show, they're back at the rhythm room, and she's telling the guys that it is great to see how far they've come, which, I mean, we had one dance montage. I guess they've come far, whatever. Okay, Kira, they've got this little board showing how much money they've made. None of the dollar amounts made any sense.
Thank
Did this
you.
bother you? Oh
Yes.
my
I
goodness.
thought it was just me.
No, it was not. So the first night, they made $2,200, which is 73.3 tickets.
There was 10 women in that
10
audience.
women in the room, and I don't know how you sell point 0.3 tickets. So, I don't know.
Is she counting maybe alcohol sales?
Maybe
Eggnog sales?
eggnog sales?
Maybe? But I didn't again, I'm with you. I thought, I mean, I'm dumb about numbers. So I just thought, well, maybe I'm not understanding the math here, but it doesn't none of it makes sense the way that
No.
it's moving up. I couldn't even necessarily read the numbers. At one point it looked like, does she have $300,000 or is there 150,000 or
It
15,000?
was making no
None.
sense.
None.
And it looked like it was just for the show. So I was thinking it was ticket sales. I don't know. I don't know. She makes a
It's
boost in a
moving up.
well.
All we need to know is it's moving
All we
up,
need to
I
know is it's going
guess.
up. It's hitting the goal.
Yeah.
She makes a boost in a well with her mom. It didn't look good. Whatever. We got to it's but again, it was like they said, "Oh, we need a baking montage." Why wasn't the sister there? You already set up that she loves to bake. They didn't even invite her. I don't know.
Okay, another setup. Another weird setup. She asked her mom to make a Christmas log, like a baking
Yeah.
Christmas log. Was that to sell at the rhythm room? She's like,
I don't
"Remember when you
know.
used to make this for everybody?" And her mom says, "Oh, well, I haven't done it forever." And I thought they were making it because they were gonna sell they set it up as if this is gonna be an added bonus to the show. You'll bring it, it'll bring people together the way it always used to. They made it was a weird montage in the first place, and then I never even saw a single person eating it, admiring it. It didn't show up anywhere.
No. They
It
didn't roll it
advanced the
tightly enough
plot.
anyway. It looked gross. We need to get Stacia's thoughts on the bouche de Noël because it didn't look very good to me.
Yeah, we really
Um,
actually should do that. Yeah.
so okay, get ready. Her mom tells her that when they first opened the rhythm room, they got some advice. So get ready, buckle up. We've got some wisdom from Christmasland.
I was like, Amelia's got her notepad out.
It's not performing that's important, it's who you're performing for.
Mm,
Okay, but they're coming for
mhm,
the performance.
mhm.
And right
But
now you've
that
got
doesn't matter.
10 women and half of them are like one of them is, 5 of them are employees. You've got like, Ashley, you've got her parents,
Mhm,
you've got the guy who sits at the bar all the time who I'm going to have a lot of thoughts about later.
mhm.
You've got um Marie, who is Roger with a D's wife. Okay.
Well, I don't think that you get it though, Amelia.
Okay.
I don't think you get it.
Okay, explain it to me better.
The point is that it doesn't really matter, like, what the performance is like, if it's
Uh-huh.
good, if it's bad, if it's non-existent. It doesn't matter because all that matters, Amelia, are the people that you're performing for.
Okay, okay. I get it now. I
Do
get
you
it now.
get it?
Thank you. Thank
It makes
you.
more sense when you put it like that.
Yeah, it does. Thank you. Thank you. I wish they just explained it that way to begin with. Back at the cafe, Marie has a review in the newspaper, and it is so good. The newspaper loves the merry gentleman.
Okay, wait. This reflects in the beginning when, our Ashley goes to the bar and she's
Oh,
looking
yeah.
over, we've got wall exposition, right? We see all the pictures on the bar, and there's a newspaper article about the rhythm room from whenever it opened in the 70s or 80s or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's this full page article about how great it is at the rhythm room. And it is huge. Like, this
Yeah.
article's 1,000 words.
Yeah.
Right? Like, as somebody who writes columns for a living, I was like,
Yeah,
man,
you do not get 1,000 words for some local yeah.
how do you get 1,000 words in the paper on here? But the good review that her sister reads is equally that's long. This is
It was long.
yeah. I appreciate that they have their newspaper though.
Yeah. So, while they're at the restaurant, the cab driver who initially dropped her off in Holidayland walks into the diner just doing a dance, just full on dancing.
Literally just doing a dance. Not
Just
like a
he
bop, not like you
no.
walk in and you're like, "Oh,
Yeah,
you're
not like you
listening to your
walked in
favorite
and you're
song."
listening to your earbuds. I mean, he does have
No.
his earbuds in, but he walks in and he is like his full body, he is
He's
doing
popping
a
and
dance.
locking. He's popping and he's locking.
He's popping, he is locking. Yes.
Yes.
It is all happening.
And for what reason we don't know. He
We
just
do not know, except that he is Ricky, the cab driver, and he loves to dance, and he is willing to take his shirt off for the rhythm room, which we find out in the next scene. And we also find out that apparently this thing changes its theme every night because now it's a Western. Now it's an 80s night, which is basically Chippendales, which made me extremely uncomfortable yet again. Next night, it's a sold out show, but Roger has a sprained ankle.
oh my gosh. Roger has a sprained ankle. Well, back there at the back of the stage, it's a little uneven back there, so he probably
So
was
here's the thing. They don't know how to do it with 3 people, even though they definitely did it with 3 people before Ricky showed up. So they keep bumping into each other, which is the opposite of what would happen. You'd have an empty space, not
it was so hilarious because they were like, "No, Roger, what can we do? We can't do the choreograph without a fourth person." And I'm like, "Why? Why can't you?" And you know what it reminded me of, Amelia, when they go on stage and they're bumping into each other and it's not even clever. Like, they're even just dropping stuff. Like, suddenly they lost
right.
all
They're
of their
dropping the
ability.
little canes. Yeah.
It reminds me of the old, um, like, made for TV product ads where it's like, "Oh, are you sick of spilling when you drink your cup?" And it's
Yeah.
just people
You're
like,
like, oh, they open a
"Oh,
cupboard and everything fall. Yeah. They
drinking
look
is so
incapable of
hard."
living their lives. Yeah.
Like,
I know. Like, so Chad Michael Murray calls a timeout. He's like, we can't do this with 3 people like we did for our first several shows.
No, how
So
can we possibly do all the same choreography with 3 people on stage when normally there's 4?
I know they can't possibly do it. And it's not like they do anything together.
No.
They're never like, I don't even know what they would be
It's not
doing,
like
but
they're
like, I don't know,
building
some kind
human
of a
pyramids or anything
right,
on
I was
stage.
gonna say some kind of acrobatic move where they need each other. They don't, they're just next to each other.
It
But
was they were so thrown off by it.
but finally, the moment I had been waiting for the whole movie happened, and I thought this might only been a dream of mine,
Mm.
but Maxwell Caulfield comes to the rescue.
Tell everybody who Maxwell
Okay.
Caulfield is.
So, in the movie, he's Danny, and he is, like, just this dude who's been hanging out at the bar. He does his crossword puzzles, he drinks beer, whatever.
He's the old guy. He's the old
He's
guy
the
at the
old
bar.
guy. In my life, he is Michael Carrington from Grease 2,
Yes.
which
Yeah.
I unashamedly adore, and not enough people appreciate Grease 2. When
Yeah,
I saw
it's an acquired taste.
I acquired it the first time I saw it.
Yeah, not me.
When I saw his name in the opening credits, I lost my mind. I was like, Maxwell Caulfield is in this movie.
When
Stop it.
I did not see his name in the credits, but when I saw him at the bar, he looked familiar, and immediately I was like, "This guy's gonna end up on stage." But let me go look at him, because he looks very familiar, and he looks like he's probably, like, old man hot, you know?
Mhm.
And so, when I saw it was Max Caulfield, and I was like, "Oh, Amelia is gonna she is probably loving this."
The cool rider himself. I was like, finally my moment. When Roger sprained his ankle, I was like, "It's happening!" And it did.
It did, but
So
again, I felt like it wasn't paid off enough. We
no,
didn't hear enough from the old man. We
no, you
didn't
didn't. If
know.
people who are not naturally Maxwell Caulfield fans were not as excited as I was.
Yeah.
Um, so he comes back and he's like, and they're like, "Do you know the choreography?" He's like, "I've been sitting at the bar this entire time, obviously." So he comes out. He is old man hot. He knows
Yes.
all the choreography. He's great, even though they stick him in the back with, oh well, so he's where Roger goes.
Yeah. He
Um,
just assumes the position.
all right. So the little money thing is going up. We're now to $15,595. And for those of you keeping
Maybe
track at home, that is 519.83 tickets sold. Good for them.
maybe they
They
take stuff on credit. Maybe they, you know.
maybe. Maybe there's like a discount. If you buy 10 tickets, you get a percentage. I
Yeah.
don't know. The Merry Gentlemen, now they're on like morning local TV and they shout out Ashley for, thanking her for all of her hard work,
They're
for
on
doing
channel
this.
2. They're on channel 2. At Christmas in
Ooh,
Windmill Way, Chad Michael Murray's other movie that we did recently, that was channel 5 or channel 4. Channel
maybe
4
someday they'll
News.
make it onto the Ocho.
Ooh. Let's see.
So she's hanging out, Ashley's hanging out with Trent later or at the diner, and he says Luke hasn't been this happy in ages, ever since Amy left him because she wanted to move back to the city.
Wait a minute, Luke used to live in the city?
What? What? Sorry.
I thought he was just
We
I
thought
thought
he
he was
was
just a silly old
we thought
carpenter,
he was a
shirtless
small town
carpenter guy.
boy.
But he's actually has a certain level of sophistication. And that is how they play that scene. Like, he tells her, "Oh, yeah, Amy wanted to move back to the big city." And Ashley goes, "Luke lived in the city?" So, like, absolutely appalled and shocked by it that
Right,
he actually lived in the city, but only people like me live in the city.
right.
Luke doesn't seem like a city
Yeah.
boy. So that's
Marie is also trying to wing woman this situation, so she asks Ashley if she can deliver Luke's lunch because Roger usually does the deliveries, which is weird because he's also the cook. Um, so she takes Luke his lunch and he's working in a barn and he is a woodworker. But do not look under the tarp because that is a secret project that you cannot look at. So she looks under the tarp anyway. I was really confused about this project. It's a table, but along the side there's this sort of Christmas like carved in relief thing, but she never lifts it up all the way. And it looked
Yeah.
like on the top of the table there were like roof lines, and I was like, what is this product? What is this? I don't know.
Again, another piece that felt like there's a reason for this here, but it has no payoff. It has
It was
no payoff.
extremely weird. I do not understand what this thing was. Some kind of a long thing with Christmas along the side, but what are these roof lines under the tarp? I don't know.
We find out we know he's a carpenter, he's good with his hands, he fixes things. Okay, fine. Then
Probably
we have
studied
this
under
moment where
Roy,
I guess we're supposed to discover he's an artist,
I
right?
guess.
Maybe that's it. But she has this moment where she discovers his talent. You would think, okay, maybe this will translate to he fixes the stage or he fixes something for her or
Yeah.
builds her something. Again, just another moment that has zero payoff.
Yeah. This Christmas like country song comes on the radio, and he asks her, "Do you want to dance?" She says, "Do you remember how?"
It's like, I guess it was their callback to their weird dance moment in the club, but again, it was flat. Again, Amelia, we have no indication from this man how he feels about dancing. He hasn't said anything about, I'm struggling with the performance anxiety. Like, said like one line, or I don't know if this is the type of activity for a guy like me, Ashley, or like just nothing.
Yeah. And then she's insulting him doing it.
And I don't even know what he's getting from it.
I don't either. It was so that is my commentary.
Yeah, we didn't even have he did have a little scene. There was a little scene where he says, I want to help your parents,
Yeah.
because they welcomed me into the rhythm room when I was new in town. I didn't know anybody, and that was a place I could go and feel welcome. But that's it. We didn't see
Yeah.
them interacting with the parents. There was not enough of the parents in this movie, by the way.
No. Who, by the way, were one of the aunts from Sabrina the Teenage Witch and the dad from Family Ties.
And Michael Gross, great,
Mhm.
great actor. And Tremors. Tremors.
There you go.
That's where Michael Gross that's his finest performance.
I don't do scary movies, so I believe you.
Tremors is not a scary movie, girl.
I don't believe you. I've never seen it. I don't know. It sounds scary.
I think you
Um,
would be scared.
yeah, I probably would be. So again, people behaving oddly in this movie. They kiss, they dance, they kiss. And then she straight up runs away, and he's like, "Yes." What? Why are you happy with that outcome, sir?
And it was an awkward
It was a weird kiss.
I don't think it was awkward because of the actors. So the last Chad Michael Murray
Yeah.
movie, that was a weird kiss at the end of Windmill Way. We complained about that. We thought it was odd because maybe they didn't have chemistry. I didn't necessarily feel like the actors didn't have chemistry. I think what I had trouble with was it was very sensual, and we're just not used to seeing
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
in the movies we review. So
Yeah.
I actually had to look away.
Yeah.
I'm such a prude when I watch Christmas
I
movies.
know. I know.
Like,
Me too. But then when she ran and he was really happy about it. I was like, "Why are
he's
you
like,
happy?" Yeah, he was so happy about it. I was like, "I don't understand this reaction."
maybe he's happy because she complimented the Christmas table?
Yeah. All right. Back at the rhythm room. They are now at $23,095, which is
Sure.
769.83 tickets sold.
And are there even 769.83 people in Sycamore Falls?
I'm wondering if there are some deviants in Christmasland that are going to see the show.
Mm, like us.
Like us. We went there to see Hot Frosty, decided to stay the night and see a show, and
This is what we get
we're
for it. And
taking it back.
this is what my husband always says, Amelia. His number one rule is you never go to the second location.
Yeah, he's right about that, and that's
This was
that's
our
what I
mistake.
did. I know that rule, but here's what I did. I did it. I broke
Yep.
the rule.
Yep. You
I
broke the
went to
rule
the
and
second
we are paying
location,
for it.
and
We
I
are at the
regret
second
the second
location.
location. So as she's getting all excited, just a reminder, the goal, they need to get a minimum of $30,000, and they're at 23.
Right.
Now, New York City is calling. It is Jody, the woman who fired her, and they want her back because one girl, the young girl, melted down. She does not have what it takes to be a jingle bell. She's like, "What about her understudy?" Well, she has flu-rona, which I'm assuming is the flu and COVID at the same time. So they need her to come back and take up her rightful place as a jingle bell. So they're going to give her a 25% raise and a 3-year minimum guarantee, but she needs to leave tomorrow, which is Christmas Eve. So she'll be there for the Christmas Day show. She doesn't know what to do.
Right, because, the, the stripper show on Jesus' birthday, what do I do? The Innocent Family show or the stripper show on Jesus' birthday?
Yeah.
It's a conundrum.
She talks to her parents about it, and they say these are the most important years of her life, and she has to live them for her.
Again, just a very uninspiring Christmas
Yeah.
message.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So she texts Jody, the Jingle Bells lady, just being like, "Okay, I'll be there." So they're about to start the show the that night, it's the 23rd. Roger is back, so now, but they're not going to kick out Maxwell Caulfield. So there are now 5 guys in the show, and she decides like right before they go on stage is the best time to tell Luke that she's leaving, and then he
Right.
tells everybody else.
Right, my husband was like, "Did she have to say it, like, right before the performance?"
Right.
She's a Broadway professional, she should know better. You don't get
Right.
in your performers' heads right before the big performance, but also, do they need her?
Well, not really, because as he says to her, city girls are all the same.
Yeah, he's
Um,
been burned by the big
he's
city
been
girl
burned
once.
before by city girl Amy. So he tells her he didn't even want to do this, but he did it for her and her family, and she didn't even give him a heads up, which literally this was in response to her heads up.
That's what I said. As he said that, I said, "Well, that's what the heads up was, wasn't
Right. She
it?
didn't
She's
just
literally
leave.
just telling you."
She did give him a heads up. Like I understand. I understood everything else he was mad about up until
Mhm,
then. But
mhm.
she didn't just leave. She did give him a heads up. So Luke, you're
Again,
wrong.
I don't know what's going on with the script. Something happened to the script in
Yeah.
development. Something happened, either, just a studio came maybe Netflix came in and just sliced and diced without regard to the
Yeah.
plot line, and
It
the
was really
writers,
short. Yeah.
yeah, they didn't have any, it was very short, and so felt like maybe they cut a lot for time.
Yeah.
This is why having a good editor matters. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
think about the editor, but the editor is just as important as the director. They tell the story just as much.
So the next day, Ashley's about to leave, but she walks into the room. Maria's also there. She ends up talking to Marie about how Luke won't even speak to her. She doesn't know what to do. And she's like, try harder, which is actually surprisingly good advice. She's like, you care about him. Just make him listen to you. Just go try harder. She's like, you guys have big feelings. Just go tell him. So then they walk out and he is crouching. I mean, he's fixing something, but he's been listening the whole time, crouching behind a booth.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think this is the part at the end where I was like, all right, let's just get to the climax here.
Yeah, that's
Cause
kinda how I was too. Like, after I had only just recovered from the way that Michael Gross was standing, and then he was and I was like, I'm done. And part of me wondered if Marie knew that he was back there and wanted him to overhear this. I don't think she did, though, but I
I
thought
think
that
you're
would have been
giving the
interesting.
movie way too much credit.
I am.
Yeah.
So, the rehearsal for The Merry Gentleman is falling apart. They're all fighting. Luke has sort of nominated himself head gentleman. Whatever. So Troy is like, let's all just take 5. Let's calm down. They're all mad.
Mm.
Ashley is stuck in traffic as the show is starting, because there is traffic in Holidayland but probably not Christmasland, but maybe Holidayland.
Well,
She's
it's Christmas Eve, he said. It's Christmas Eve,
yeah,
so it's
and they're trying to get to
Christmas
the
Eve
airport.
traffic. Yeah.
Yeah, for her to get back to the city.
Right.
Um so while they're in the taxi, the song that they had kissed to comes on the radio. And she starts feeling feelings about it. It's Luke's turn. They kind of keep going back and forth between the taxi and the show.
Mhm.
Luke, it's his turn to go, up to the front of the stage and have his little moment. And he just has no mojo at all happening. So
Yeah.
he's just like, stop the music, because obviously the show cannot go on
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah, he just quits. He's just like, "Stop." Okay, is a speech coming here? Another moment where
Yeah.
with no payoff. Is there a speech coming? No.
Right. And okay, so if they don't hit their $30,000, you did all this for nothing, and you're just gonna stop the show in the middle of the last show, which is sold out. Okay. But then Ashley comes in, and I think at this point, we're supposed to remember her advice about, like, find a friendly face and perform for them, you know.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
he sees her, he does his little sexy moves, like, at her. The show's over. He goes to talk to her, um, and she's like, "I couldn't take the job, I couldn't go, blah, blah, blah," and they kiss in the middle of the bar, and, like, her family is all here, whatever, but not only do they kiss, but he, like, picks her up and she wraps her legs around him.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What? Th-
No to all of that.
no to everything. That moment made me go, nothing in this movie is earned. Nothing is earned. That relationship wasn't
No.
earned. The dance performances weren't earned. The joy of them getting to the $30,000 wasn't earned. They just put these little like boxes to tick off throughout
Mhm.
the film, but we don't earn anything. We have not earned that moment of passion, let alone earned it in a bar at a strip show on baby Jesus' birthday. Like it all was just none of it fit, but that was such an odd thing to do to pick her up like that. They could have
I know, I know,
I didn't get it. Why?
I know. So
And
now
again, they're not we have this couple does not have the chemistry
no.
to earn that.
Alright. Christmas
We
Day,
should never have gone to the second location.
we should have never gone. The next day, they're closed for an event, which turns out is Christmas dinner. All of the regular, main cast is there, and they're using his table. I still don't know what the little pointy things were under the tarp. It's just a table.
Tools? Yeah, and it is
But why
just
why was it look like a roof line? I don't know what it was.
girl.
I know, I'm asking for it to make sense.
I don't
So and she made oyster stuffing, which honestly sounded disgusting to me,
yeah.
and I was like, "No." And we're
I
not
love stuffing.
there was nothing to indicate this was, like, coastal and you'd want oysters.
I don't know, for some people, they do that. Is this no well, she was I'm assuming they're East Coast, right? Because she's in New York. I was like, maybe they're East Coast or
They
I don't
yeah,
know.
well, I figured that she was in New York, but I thought that they were more like maybe Pennsylvania, like, I thought they were usually the small town is a little more
Yeah.
landlocked. I don't
Let's
know.
see where I don't
I
know.
don't even
Let's see
care.
if Siri will tell us, um, where oyster dressing is. Where is oyster stuffing popular? East Coast and Gulf Coast,
Yeah,
particularly New England, Louisiana, and other southern states. Yeah.
yeah, I
Don't
didn't get the
put
feeling that it was
oyster
any of
dressing
those
on my
places.
plate, please.
Alright, so here's something else that bothered me about the fundraising chart. It ended up at $30,095. So, first of all, that's 1,003.16 tickets. But what really bothered me is you did all that, and like the payoff is a $95 margin. I thought they were going to blow it out of the water or at least get like $50,000. I thought they were going to
Yeah.
end up with a little bit of a cushion. All they did was cover their debts and then have $95 left. That's it?
This is that's why my husband was like, what is what has happened here? All they have done is paid the back rent. Are we what's the future look like? They don't own again, another setup with no payoff. They don't own the building. They haven't secured anything. What's to say that they're going to be not going to be back in that situation in another 6 months?
Right.
It didn't seem like much had
Right.
changed, and it's okay, they did this strip show, maybe they keep the strip show going, but it's a Christmas strip show, and also what's the market like for a strip show in Sycamore Falls?
Right. You can't, are they going to just turn into a strip club?
But, like, where's the audience? At some point, have you run
Right.
through your entire base
Well,
customer
Kara,
base?
I'm gonna have to tell you the closing line of the movie, which is, "It's not performing that matters, it's who you're performing for."
Well, I didn't really, think about it that way, but that changes everything.
And then they kissed, and then the movie was over.
Ooh, I've never been so glad to check out of my hotel, Amelia. I have never been so glad, and no tips being left in,
And
Holidayland.
and let me tell you, the next movie is Three Wisest Men, and I am so happy because I know that we're in for a good one. I know we're gonna see Mark Leclerc.
Listen, Amelia, I read a review of it yesterday, and I'm a bit nervous.
Oh, no.
Mhm. I read an interview with Kimberly Susted, and I'm a bit nervous.
Okay, no spoilers, but I'm not
Yeah,
happy to hear that.
yeah. I wasn't happy to read it, but we're gonna finish it out. We're gonna be brave. We're gonna finish it out anyways because we are dedicated to that series. I'm not even gonna go. We've run a little long today, so I'm not even
Yeah,
gonna go through the tropes. Let's just go straight to awards. Well, let's wrap up first
yeah.
with wrap up thoughts of the movie. Amelia, what were your final thoughts here?
I regret going to the second location.
Mm, yeah.
That's it.
Same. I regret going to the second location. There was a lot of great opportunities here, a lot of great opportunities for
Yeah,
setups, payoffs, and everything fell flat. But again, just then they didn't piece it together in a way that made sense. Uh, really missing a lot of the talent in there. Michael Gross is such a great actor. I felt like we should have seen more of him, and it wasn't very heartwarming for a Christmas movie. I feel like you can
yeah,
even make a Christmas movie about a strip club and
yeah,
heartwarming in some way. It missed all those opportunities. It felt like the person who wrote the movie doesn't know Christmas.
yeah. Could be.
Again, don't need it to be totally pristine. We know where we are. We're in Holidayland. We get that, but
We
I
loved Hot Frosty.
we loved Hot Frosty. It fell off. Again, yeah, I'm with you. We shouldn't have gone to the second location. Should have one and done. Got our spicy eggnog and gotten out
Mhm.
on the first train out of Hot Frosty. Good performances and lots of other stuff to recommend the film as well. Well, let's go straight to awards.
Okay.
Um I didn't enjoy the movie, and I never say that. I actually
I
never
know.
say that. Be not these days because we know how difficult it is to make the film, and we are big fans of Christmasland, and we love all of the people. We keep it positive here in Christmasland.
We do.
And I did not like this movie. So it was hard to do the awards. But let's start off with our Robert A. Barron Award for villainry. Villainry. This goes to the villain of the movie or someone or something that we think was the most villainous aspect of the movie. Had difficulty with this, Amelia?
I guess it's Denise the landlord, but I think she was like a true Robert Barron
Yeah.
in the sense that she was actually doing her job and didn't do anything wrong.
Right. I think I feel the same way about Denise. There was a few little moments where I felt like we're supposed to not like her.
Mhm.
But the actress is she's cute and she's very good. I actually really wanted to see more. Why didn't we see Denise and old guy get together?
Denise and Maxwell Caulfield?
Yeah.
I would have loved it.
I thought because at the end they invite her to stay for the
Yeah.
Christmas dinner. They
Or
give her the
maybe they
back
do.
rent.
Maybe they fall in love at Christmas dinner.
I would have I could have used one moment, just one moment of connection between the two of them. "Oh, hi, how are you?" Just to give us but we didn't
Yeah.
even get any of that, so
Yep.
waste opportunity, but I think you're right. I think she is the villain of the film in the truest sense of the word, just like Robert A. Barron, a little stern, maybe it seems like he's being mean, but really, she's just doing her job.
Yeah.
Okay, that was an easy one. Alright, so the next award is the Christmas Ham Award. This goes to the actor, somebody who was completely sunk their teeth into the part, dug right in, was completely over the top with their performance. Who did you give the Christmas Ham Award to?
Maxwell Caulfield.
Okay. Very good one. We like Maxwell Caulfield. He did a great job. I wish we had seen more of him. I would
Yeah.
have loved
I liked
so
his character. Yeah.
I would have loved a scene of him advising the guys or
Yeah.
coaching the
I
guys,
wanna know
right?
his backstory.
Yeah, this is what I've learned in my over 42 years on this earth. Well, my Christmas Ham Award goes to Abs. I think Abs
Okay.
were doing all the work in this
They did
movie.
a lot of work.
They did all the heavy lifting in this
Yeah.
movie. So, and they worked overtime. So I am giving the Christmas Ham Award to Abs. Great. And let's give our Christmas Tree Topper Award. This is like the Oscar of Christmasland, and this is the award for best performance. I'm interested to hear your
Mhm.
selection for this. What did you have to say?
So really, I think Tree Topper should go to abs now that you've mentioned it.
I struggled. I did.
But yeah, I struggled with Tree Topper. I think maybe Chad Michael Murray. I'm gonna give it to Chad Michael Murray.
Okay, I'm really glad you said Chad Michael Murray because I do think that he deserves that award. But there was somebody else I wanted to give it to as well. So I accept that award for Chad Michael Murray. And I will say that one of the things I appreciated about him is that I could tell that he can't dance and he was in it anyway. He was
He
in it to
gave
win
it
it
his
anyway.
all though. Like
He
he
gave it
he
his
went
all.
for it.
Yeah, I didn't feel you can tell when an actor is judging themselves on screen or on stage. They look uncomfortable, they feel stupid. And one of the things you learn as an actor first day is you can't be an actor if you're unwilling to look stupid. So he wasn't afraid to look stupid. He committed to it. I'm really glad you gave him the award. So that frees me up then to give my Christmas Tree Topper award to Michael Gross. He wasn't in it a lot, but he is a great actor. I have always admired him, and he did the absolute most with what he
Yeah.
had to give. And I wanted to see more of him. I wanted
Yeah.
to see him giving his daughters advice or talking about love or talking about what it's
Anything.
like to be a dad watching a stripper show in his establishment. I wanted more from him. So my tree topper award goes to the O is professional and talented Michael Gross.
All right.
All
That's
right. Well,
fair.
you guys tell us who wins your awards. You can drop it in the comments. You can send it to us. We'll put all of the information here on the screen. Amelia, why don't you tell people where they can connect?
Instagram and X are JT Christmasland, Facebook Journey to Christmasland, Gmail Journey to Christmasland at Gmail, and Substack Journey to Christmasland. And
Yes,
that's
and
where
you
you
should.
find all the exclusive content.
That's the exclusive content. You need to go sign up for Substack because it's free now. We don't have any paywalls up. So you'll get a notice when we put paywalled content up. But that's where all of our bonus content is. We're not doing Twitch, we're not doing YouTube, we're not doing all of these other things. Substack is our home, and that's where the fun stuff is going to be. And we're going to give away prizes over there. So
Mhm.
you're definitely going to want to be signed up. So all you have to do right now is just sign up to the Substack. You don't have to, you can pledge, like if you want to promise that, hey, when you guys open up the paywall, I'm going to be there with my $5 or whatever you can. But right now it's just totally free. Just get your name on the list so you never miss an
Anything.
opportunity or an episode. Well, I'm ready to go back to Christmasland. Amelia,
Yeah,
I'm ready to go home.
I am too. I'm
I had a
excited
good
to go.
time. I mean, it's always good, change is as good as a rest sometimes.
Mhm.
I had a good time in Holidayland, and you are my favorite person to travel with
Mhm.
on
Same.
Christmas. So I'm glad we went there. Thank you for expanding our horizons, Amelia. But now take me home to Christmasland.
Yes, absolutely. Get in the car. We're going.
Okay, well, what are we going to see then?
Wisest men. Three wisest
Wisest
men.
Men. All right. Well, Wisest Men is going to be interesting. Like I said, I read a review that did not sit that great with me, but I think in the end we are still going to enjoy it because we just love that universe. Well, Amelia, until we meet again, I wish you I wish you days filled with enthusiastically presented abs.
Thank you. I wish you a safe and quick trip home with me to Christmasland with heated seats.
Ooh, I like that one.
Mhm.
Can I get a hot chocolate for the trip too?
Let's go
All right,
right
let's
now.
go. Merry Christmas,
Merry
Amelia.
Christmas.
I can see you on the other side.